Hey guys, Zan here. Today I'll be sharing about my vacation to Ho Chi Minh City back in December 2022. In my previous video, we experienced Singapore Airlines regional business class seat on board their Airbus A350. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to catch that video. Today we continue on our journey in Ho Chi Minh City. After landing, we took a taxi straight to the hotel to check in. We booked the Vela Saigon Hotel, an upscale hotel located a short cab ride away from the city centre and not too far from the airport. The lobby certainly impressed, with its high ceiling and chandelier. We arrived around noon, and given it was peak holiday season, the hotel was packed and unfortunately no rooms were available. Hence we decided to leave our bags and head out to explore the city. We passed by the Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon, which was unfortunately under renovation at the time. We ascended a staircase spiraling around an antique-looking elevator to reach our first stop, a popular coffee joint called Cong Ca Phe. The interior was very cramped and packed with tourists. It appears they may have added an extra floor to the original space, creating very low ceilings for both floors. We ordered a regular iced coffee and their signature coconut coffee. The sweet coconut milk helped balance the rich coffee flavor. There was a tiny balcony section that overlooked a busy intersection below. So we just had our coconut coffee. Now we're walking around looking for pho. We strolled along the streets, admiring the impressive colonial architecture as we headed towards the historic Thanh Market. We'll be exploring the market tomorrow. For now, there was a highly rated pho place on the same street that we wanted to try. On first impression, the place was rather empty, which was concerning. Granted, it was quite late for lunch. We ordered a bowl of pho and a pair of fresh spring rolls. The pho came with a generous serving of vegetables, which we just knew we couldn't finish. Overall, the food was nice, but a little too light for my palate. It was already mid-afternoon, so we headed back to the hotel to check in. We had booked the luxury deluxe room. At 40 square meters, it offered plenty of space with a glass work desk, suede couch, and large 50-inch TV. The king-size bed was also very comfortable. The highlight was perhaps the glass-enclosed bathroom, which featured a freestanding tub, angled so you could still watch TV while enjoying your soak. Toiletries were hotel branded. And further inside the bathroom is the WC and shower. Back at the entrance, the room has a minibar with coffee and tea making amenities as well as a mini fridge. Heading to the top of the hotel, you will find the hotel's party trick, a rooftop infinity pool. There were a number of day beds lining the pool deck. However, these were insufficient given the massive size of the pool. Guests can enjoy a soak with a panoramic view of the city. Further along, there are more bar seats and an event stage island. Along with a rooftop bar. Back on the lower floors, there is also a gym, and inside the bathroom, a sauna. With the sun setting, it was time for dinner. We headed to the Secret Garden restaurant. Doesn't look like there's a lot of people. Passing the Independence Palace along the way. The restaurant had a beautiful entrance and was very crowded, but we managed to find a table. to arrive was a crispy pancake with a side of green vegetables, which the staff helpfully cut up for us. We sampled a variety of dishes, from fried spring rolls to fish paste skewers to meatball soup.
We just left the Secret Garden restaurant and now we're headed to a microbrewery.
After dinner, we headed towards City Hall, which was also where the festivities were taking place. As we approached City Hall, the streets got really bright and the atmosphere became electric. City Hall was an impressive colonial-era structure overlooking Ho Chi Minh Square, which extends all the way to the river. Naturally, the square dedicated to Ho Chi Minh would feature a statue of the man standing tall in front of City Hall. In the distance, we could see the party lights flashing, along with the sea of people flooding the wide park grounds. But we were more focused on a different type of quest.
But I want the floating one. That one is not cute.
That's not the same one.
That one is with the stick.
That one also. Oh yeah.
All night, we had walked past several street vendors selling balloons in the shape of a cute pig face, and she really wanted one.
Oh, we have picked up a new companion.
We decided to leave the party, and after a little more walking, we arrived at the Pasteur Street Craft Beer Microbrewery, which was located on a rooftop of a building. We ordered a beer flight to sample the different beers they had on offer.
Try the jasmine one.
Yeah, jasmine.
On our way back to the hotel, we passed by Secret Garden again, as well as the Lazada concert venue. It was time to call it a night. The next morning, we had breakfast at the hotel buffet, located on the top floor. The spread was impressive, with different cuisines to suit every palate. The alfresco seating area was popular with sweeping views of the city. Despite being spoiled for choice, I picked the safe options: fried noodles, dim sum, and a couple of items from the Western buffet, saving space in anticipation for more good food to come. After breakfast, we headed to get our coffee fix at a rather unique cafe. Little Hanoi Egg Coffee, located down an alley off the main road. By the time we got there was already a queue outside. After waiting for a while, we finally got a table. The cafe had high ceilings with a mezzanine level. Before long, our coffee arrived. She's just outside. Am I supposed to start? Given the number of times customers have asked the same question, the cafe had actually printed directions on how to consume the coffee.
To me, it tastes like you're eating something. It's like almost like bread.
With our coffee cravings satisfied, we took a short stroll to Thanh Market. The market was built more than 100 years ago in the colonial style. It occupies prime real estate in District 1 of downtown Saigon and underwent a major renovation in 1985 into the market we see today. The market is one huge bazaar and opens from early in the morning till late in the evening, with lots of stalls selling food, souvenirs and trinkets to take home. It was lunchtime and time to check off another signature Vietnamese food on our bingo card. We walked some distance to Banh Mi Huynh Hoa to try the banh mi from this highly rated stall. Everyone else had the same idea, so there was a huge line. The line was moving, but it still took us over half an hour to get our food. The banh mi was unlike anything we've tried before, filled to the brim with various cuts of meat, some of which was rather fatty. It was a decadent, meaty, sloppy mess of a sandwich, something we probably wouldn't try again for a while. We rushed back to the hotel to join our guided tour to the Chu Chi tunnels. On the way, we drove past the War Remnants Museum, dedicated to the history of the Vietnam War. Unfortunately, we did not have time to visit the museum on this trip. Our tour's first stop was to an arts and crafts factory. We got to see how the seashell plates and souvenirs we saw at Thanh Market were made. The prices were higher here, so do your homework before making your purchase. After the factory visit, we finally arrived at the Chu Chi tunnels, which is located some distance outside Ho Chi Minh City. The complex was meant to be a guided tour experience, with your guide bringing you from the entrance to the exit. There was quite a lot of walking as we trekked through the jungle from exhibit to exhibit, learning about the history and experience of soldiers fighting in the war. One of the exhibits was the infamous hole in the ground, which a soldier could quickly cover up with dirt and foliage when needing to make a quick escape or spring an ambush. There were more exhibits describing how life was like for the Viet Cong. Another unlikely icon of Chu Chi tunnels was the wreck of an American M41 Walker Bulldog-like tank. Posting a photo of this shell of a tank will almost certainly announce to the world you are in Vietnam. Our second last stop was to try traversing the tunnels themselves. The tunnels had been enlarged to allow tourists to fit comfortably. However, the deeper you go, the narrower the tunnels got.
It's like easier to do and I'll go out earlier.
Towards the end, the tunnel width is equal to the width of the original tunnels.
Alright. Oh my god.
Before leaving, there is a rifle range where you get to try your hand at various American and North Vietnamese weaponry, such as the AK-47 and M16 rifles. There is also an exhibit on how rice paper was traditionally made to feed the troops. After a tiring afternoon crawling through tunnels, it was time for the long journey back to the hotel. We reached the hotel after dark and changed into something a little more smart. My girlfriend had prepared a special treat. We were going to the first Michelin star restaurant in Ho Chi Minh City that was oddly located in a rather shady-looking street.
Oh, that one.
A giant A marked the spot, and our culinary experience began. We started with drinks and tacos. Followed by fusion pizza, grilled squid, and crab fried rice. Ending with sesame balls and a sort of coffee cream for dessert. The fusion food was quite unique and delicious, and the place had a nice ambiance. We headed up the stairs to the rooftop bar, passing other floors of the restaurant along the way. The rooftop bar was more open than the one we had visited the previous night, offering better views of the city. We admired the view around us, including the cafe apartments, which we will be visiting tomorrow, and the Bitexco Financial Tower, once the tallest building in Vietnam. In our next video, we shall continue sharing about our final day in Ho Chi Minh City, as well as the flight back to Singapore on Singapore Airlines A350 long-haul business class. If you enjoyed this video, why not drop a like and subscribe to stay tuned for more travel content. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.